Alright guys, we're in Numbers 15 today, and this is a case where the Lord is telling Moses to speak to the children of Israel and telling them that they're to put these fringes on the borders of their garments, and the purpose of this is to remind them of their commandments, kind of like a mnemonic device or tying a string around your finger. It was just a sort of a device to help them remember their commandments and to keep drawing their attention back to their commandments. But what it was in particular that I wanted to point out here was in verse 39. He's talking about the fringes on the garment, and it says, "And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God." So one of the things that we see here is that God is telling them, look, I'm giving you kind of a little reminder, something that will constantly keep drawing your attention back to me and back to my commandments. But he specifically tells them here that you're not to trust in your own heart. You're not to trust in your own eyes, your own desires, things like this, because those things have led you a-whoring. They've led them away from him. They constantly keep failing them, and that's kind of the point of all this. It's Jeremiah in chapter 17 that says that the heart is deceitfully wicked, who can know it? The point being is that our hearts and our desires have been marred by sin, and thus we have this innate selfish desire to do the things that we want to do, and we just have this penchant for being led to things away from God. And as a result of that, God is telling them, look, your feelings, your desires, your own personal pursuits, those things are not indications of my will. My commandments are my will. The things that I have told you, those are my will. And in this case here, he's talking about the commands that he has previously given them. But even in the New Testament, we see that Jesus has given us specific commands as well. So something to think about is that we can't trust our feelings, our wants, our pursuits, things like that. Those things may or may not be good. They may or may not be bad, but they are not an indication of God's will. God's will is God's will, and we find that in his book. So just something I wanted to share with you guys. The other thing was he really makes a point of telling them that I brought you out of the land. I brought you into me. I brought you into this relationship. This is a clear case for sovereignty here, where God is indicating to them that I have chosen you. Out of all the peoples of the world, I chose you. So something to consider. All right. God bless.